After getting only limited help from the Biden administration to stop the flow of asylum seekers, Mayor Adams is taking matters into his own hands tonight.
He's traveling south of the border to tell people not to expect a warm welcome here. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer joins us now with more on that. Marcia.
Well, Jessica and Maurice, no vengas aquí means don't come here in Spanish. Now, the message probably won't be printed on the jacket Mayor Adams wears to tour the jungles of Colombia. That's his message to the people he'll meet on a three-country trip to Central and South America.
We're going to tell them that coming to New York doesn't mean you're going to stay in a five-star hotel. It doesn't mean that the mere fact you come here, you automatically are going to be allowed to work. We're going to tell them what the real conditions are. The large number of thousands of people are living in congregate settings.
A new increase in asylum seekers, 600 a day, 4,200 a week. And the city with no more room at the inn is forcing Mayor Adams to do what the federal government has not done. Tell people fleeing oppression and economic deprivation that New York City is not the only place to realize the American dream.
We know that there's a propaganda machine that basically it has given the false promise of what life is like of being a migrant and asylum seeker. And we want to be honest with those who live in these regions.
The mayor's trip starts in Mexico City, then moves to Puebla, a town where many Mexican migrants come from. Then it's on to Quito, Ecuador, then Bogota, Colombia, and the dangerous Darien Gap, the jungle many asylum seekers pass through on their way to the United States. The mayor says at each stop there's going to be a media blitz, asking his team to get local media to publicize his message. Immigration Commissioner Manuel Castro, who speaks Spanish, will be with him.
They are going to attempt to get me on as many stations, newspapers, radios, TVs in these areas to give people the honest truth.
Unlike Governor Hochul, the mayor is not trying to get the White House to close the border. He wants the president and Congress to embark on a decompression strategy where the asylum seekers are spread out over the country. The decision to grant Venezuelan immigrants temporary protective status, TPS, so they can work, only dealt with a small part of the problem. He says,
I've always been the person that I need to go on the ground.
And speaking of being on the ground, here in New York, the administration is set to file court papers today to ask the courts to place new restrictions on the right to shelter law. By the way, the mayor is paying his own way. Taxpayers will pick up the cost of his security detail. And I'll have more on the asylum seeker crisis coming up at 6. Jessica, Maurice.
All right. Thank you, Marcia.